Hello, Noni here. Welcome back to my channel. You can call me Noni. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Our little friend is here along for the ride. I don't know what to do with her. I actually thought I had her under control before I left the house. Could be that the air's blowing on her. She's doing like a little Beyonce. I'm thinking about calling her Lucinda. I don't know. What do you guys think? Whenever I turned, I'd say 40-ish, these, I guess, sideburns or whatever, like, you know, your hair gets, as you age, everything just gets suckier, and this stuff just kept like breaking off, no matter, because my hair is down to my waist, and it's, well, it was one length, but I put a few layers in it myself a few days ago. But you would think that this would be just as long, because I don't ever cut this, but it just breaks off. I don't know. And this one likes to, like, you know, she likes to rest, but this one here, she's active. Let's see if we don't have any air blowing on her, what'll happen. No, yeah, she just really likes the limelight, you know. She's an attention seeker, I think. So yeah, but she might be a little distracting. So let's go ahead and we'll put her, we'll tuck her in. You know, she needs a little nappy. Okay, let's get this air back on. It's actually, did I tell y'all I was going to CVS? I did get all my scripts transferred over to Tom Thumb, because unfortunately we don't have insurance or jobs. But CVS had this one script that they never transferred over for whatever reason, I don't know. And I tried to call in I have those like prescription apps, and I tried to call in the script, and it was for like $20. So and the cost for this one is like $40, so I would save half, right? And they were like, well, it comes up as $64 for me. And I'm like, what was that sound? Why would this app on my end say like $20 if it's not $20? You know what I mean? And I don't really know how these things work, but whatever. It's just frustrating. Please don't be turning here. Please don't be turning here. Okay. Thank you. I really left at the worst time, but I knew if I didn't go now, I wasn't gonna go. And, okay, I'm going. I am completely out of chapstick. I don't know how I'd let it get to that point. I have what I call my nubbin left, which is where I have to like dig in there. And I can't have that. I feel like I did buy a 3-pack when we went camping, and Bay ended up taking the mint one, which normally mint's not my favorite flavor, but I like to have it in a pinch because it's called classic, right? The only kind I like is chapstick classic. And then it came with a cherry and a strawberry. Well, I already used up all the strawberry. That seems impossible. Like, I wouldn't have used it up that soon. So, I don't know. Basically, I bought a 3-pack like a week ago, or a week and a half, or I'm sorry, whatever. My thing might be falling off. And now just is no, like, I can't find them. So I'm going to go inside. You know, it's always a drag. I might do the drive-through and then go inside. I don't know, but I need to get cough drops and chapstick anyway. Hopefully I won't forget when I get there that I need to go inside and get chapstick and cough drops. It's highly likely that that will happen. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, I do fully expect that in, like, could be 10 years, could be 5, could be 20. But at some point, I feel like I'm not going to know who I am or other people are, or I'll barely know. You know what I mean? Which I've just accepted, because feel like I'm at least a quarter of... I'm so sorry, that's not cute. I feel like I'm at least a quarter of a way there now. This just needs to be tightened up. It's not tight. Oh, so good to do with my hands. I'm sorry. Anyway. So, yeah, I've just accepted that I'm going to have some issues. Both of my grandparents at the end of their life, real close to the end, like in their very early to mid 80s. I think they died around mid 80s. So, like, you know, they had maybe a year or two, I think, of dementia, and that was it. So, okay, dude. No, bro. I haven't driven in a while, so this might be a fun experience. It might be a lot of, you know, you guys know how I get. But since it's gotten hotter, I have, like, the full flare, happened, you know, because I overextended myself when we went camping. So I spent the entire time, after the lake experience, I spent the entire time inside, most of the time in bed. And then ever since we've got home, I've been in recover mode. Yesterday, I actually made a video yesterday for you guys. I haven't ended up publishing it yet. I don't know if I'm going to, because it was in like 5 parts, because Kelly had left to go pick up a different prescription for me at Tom Thumb, and I didn't know this, but he had also decided to grab lunch for everybody, and so he was texting, and there were all these group messages, so I had to keep, you know, filming and then stopping, then filming and then stopping, so I could, like, text him and everything. So, and then today I was like, okay, well, this is because I had 5 parts, and I was like, this is a really good excuse for me to finally get on my computer and get those parts all married up together. Am I going the right direction? I know I do this every time, but no, I think I am. There's just a lot of nothingness between back there and up here, but this water tower, I think, it's not like you guys can see what I'm talking about anyway, so but anyway, I never published because they were in so many parts, and I was like, well, that's just obnoxious. Nobody's gonna want to deal with that. So is this? Yes. Okay, I found it. But someone woke up in a grumpy mood. Wasn't me. So I'm going to do that because I need help. Like, I've never used this computer before. I don't normally, like, need help with computers. I'm very proficient, but I haven't used his computer before, and so I just need help. And it's very different. Like, it's like we've always had just like the, whatever, laptops. We haven't had a desktop ever. Maybe way back in the day we've had a desktop. Oh, I don't have my handicap thing. It's in Kelly's car. Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, what was I saying? God, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, but I just wanted help, like, because when Kelly set everything up, because it's my computer, he's got my logins. I just kind of rely on it. Like, anything that's like home-based, I rely on him for all of the, like, I handle certain things in the family, like all the kids stuff, well, which is now just Bailey, prescriptions, blah, 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 blah. And when it comes to computer stuff, he handles it. So I was going to have him help me just, navigate. Are you coming straight from my... Okay. I was going to have him help me just navigate, just real quickly, find the YouTube studio. Is it different on the computer than it is on the phone? And then figure out, like, okay, well, if it doesn't have editing software that lets me cut it, because I've tried to do it on the phone, I can't figure it out. Of course, I could watch a YouTube video. Wow. Literally just occurred to me that I could watch a YouTube video showing me how to edit videos on my phone. Anyway, so, but I was going to have him show me, and I might just put it off for another day, because, sometimes we wake up grumpy. Sometimes people wake up grumpy, It happens. It happens to me. It happens to everybody. So, anyway, but anyway, I had made a video, and the topic for yesterday was about, I had a really bad flare. Like, I woke up, I always wake up with back pain and muscle pain in general because of sleeping and the stiffness. But I'd gotten up at 3:49 in the morning the day before yesterday because I had horrible acid reflux, the kind that comes up, it burns your throat. I had to go to the bathroom and just cough everything up. And if you've ever experienced that, it's no fun. So I was probably up for like, I don't know, an hour doing that. So I went back to sleep, and I slept. And here's the thing. I keep telling Kelly, do not let me sleep that late. Normally I'm up between, like, sometimes 5 a.m., sometimes 8 a.m. But I'm up early. And I tell Kelly, like, do not let me sleep that late. But I think he's just thinking, like everybody does, well, they're sleeping so well, and she doesn't feel good. I think, when you have a chronic illness, people always assume, well, you need to rest, you need rest, you need rest. Which, you do. But for my body, resting for that long of a period of time is no bueno. Because I woke up, first of all, I just ended up having dreams where in the dream I'm in pain, but I can't wake up, like, physically, like my brain won't wake up. But what was I saying? What the hell was I saying? Man. This is what I hate about this illness. The brain fog is so real. You know what I mean? It's just so real. But it does happen sometimes with my husband, but it definitely happens the very most with y'all. And I think it's because I have so much going on around me. Because yesterday when I filmed, I feel like it was way less, you know, what was I talking about? All the things, you know. I also need to really commit to writing all my thoughts. Like if there's something specific I want to talk, and it's not just a, hey, keep me company while I'm driving kind of thing, which is, you know, pretty much what I wanted to do today. I hadn't driven to the pharmacy in a long time, so I thought I'd bring you guys with me. Yes, my video yesterday was about, so anyway, there it is. I'm back. Okay. So I because I slept all that extra time, I woke up and it was the back pain more than anything this time. And it's the middle of my back. The intensity was a level 10, right? So in terms of, you know, level 10, it goes 0 to 10, 10 being the worst pain you've ever had. Well, I break it down by like worst pain I've ever had in whatever part of my body, or in terms of fatigue, worst fatigue I've had, you know, and then I compare that maybe to the flu or when I have a recurrence of mono or whatever. But for me, this was a level 10 worst pain I've had in my upper back ever. But I don't go to the ER for that stuff because I know all I have to do is get up, get moving, get my back stretched, get my back heated up. So really the first thing that I do is I have to get up and go to the bathroom, which it was so hard to get out of bed and hobble into the bathroom. Like I had to walk, you know, slumped over. I couldn't stand up straight. And then get back to bed, start taking all my meds. So I took my meds, and then I just grabbed whatever to eat and shove it down my gullet so I can take. Okay, you're making me nervous. Oh my God. Why did they park right next to me? Oh my God. This is, okay, you're so intense. You're so intense. Okay, I'm gonna move. I don't like the intensity. I'm sorry. I just find it stressing. I know you guys must be like, what is your problem? Wimpity, wimpity, wimpity. But I don't like it. Like his car was doing that zoomy thing. And I'm gonna go over here. That's what I'm gonna do. And the rate, like I drive slow in parking lots, like duh, right? I mean, is it just me? Like, shouldn't you drive slow in parking lots? That's what I think. Anyway, and like, he was like this close to hitting my car when he parked. So, yeah. And I know when he comes out to drive away, because I think he's going to be fast, it's just going to scare the shit out of me again. So, anyway, what I was saying was, so the pain was level 10. But I know that it's not going to last. So there's no point in going to the ER. But I do, I have my routine where I put my pain patch on, and then I got to wait 30 minutes. And while I'm waiting, I have to wait. I can't eat anything because I have to take my Synthroid, which is for my hypothyroidism. So I wake up, I have to take that first, set the timer for 30 minutes because I have to wait at least 30 minutes to eat, stick my pain patch in, which takes about 30 minutes to melt, then just shove something in my mouth. Sounded weird. Okay. See, he's already out. I knew it. Ooh, I've got good instincts. Okay. So, and then, eat, take my pain pills. Meanwhile, while I'm kind of laying there with my pain patch and waiting my 30 minutes, I've got heat on my back. That's the only thing that it loosens those tight muscles. You are so annoying. Bro, you've got to slow down. People, just, dude, leave. What is he doing? He stopped and threw something like at the dumpster over there. You know what I mean? I don't even think it made it in there. It's probably just on the ground. Just rude. Rude. I didn't raise my kids like that, I tell you. Anyway, I know I'm acting like a little old lady. But heat for me, I know that heat is, because my chiropractor told me, because my back is wrecked. I'll try to, at some point, let you guys see what it looks like. But I've burns all over my back. Burns that have been reburned because I have heat on my back always. And my chiropractors told me, like, heat is not your friend. It's great for when you've got tight muscles and you want to loosen them, but you want to alternate between ice and heat and, not use heat. If I'm using heat at 100%, they're saying I should only use it like 15. But for me, heat is a major pain reliever. Heat works better than any medication I've ever tried. Now, my doc, my doc won't give me, which I don't want, I can't take. She's a PA, so she can't prescribe like true narcotics for me, which I can't take anyway because they tear up my stomach. So I don't take Oxy or anything like that. Strongest thing I take is Tramadol, and then I've got my Belbuca patch, which is like an opioid antagonizer or something. I don't know how that works, but anyway, it's not like, so whenever I say my pain patch, I'm not talking about fentanyl or anything crazy like that. But in terms of like, so I'm always in pain, no matter what kind of meds I've taken. It just depends on, what level, and the meds help me keep my pain at my baseline, which is around 4 to 6. Otherwise I'd be at an 8, 9, 10. So, but heat is 100%. 100% will take my pain away if it's a muscle-related kind of pain. So, as you can understand, the temptation to use it 24/7 is huge because I'm in no more pain. So I always have it on my lower back because my lower back which this is unrelated to SFN. I have spinal stenosis and herniated discs, and some arthritis as well, of which I never got any of that taken care of because I was still on that journey of trying to find out what's going on with my small fiber neuropathy, and it just didn't lend itself to making extra time for those other appointments because I was really terrified of losing my job. And I do think ultimately my illness was partly responsible for me losing my job. I think it was easier for them to choose me over someone else because they had given me years ago, I didn't ask for it, but I think knowing the issues that I had, I think they gave me a smaller territory because it may not even been for me. It may have been for the clients, so that we had less clients that had to deal with their rep being out of the office for whatever reason, so I had a small territory, and it was much easier for it's much easier for a team to absorb a very small territory than a team to absorb a really big territory. So I think my illness definitely played a part in, I don't think they laid me off because I was sick. I think it was easier to choose me because my territory. Why did people... Why do people have to drive around me in this public parking lot? I'm kidding. Diva. Anyway, so yesterday I needed a prescription. So for me, I have Xanax for a number of reasons. If I have a panic attack, but I have not had a panic attack, it's been years. Do I have anxiety? Yes. But in terms of like an uncontrollable, just heaving, crying mess, I haven't had one in years. But I get these, I get the muscle things, right? And I have a muscle relaxer called Soma. But when I have these really bad, like level 10, sometimes it's my diaphragm that like seizes up on me. And it makes me feel like I'm having a heart attack, like straight up heart attack. I have gone to the ER several times, and they always tell me it's not a heart attack. I have no other symptoms, like I'm not sweating, I'm not nauseous. And I know women present differently, but I've gone several times. It starts in my diaphragm, right underneath my sternum, and it goes all the way to my back, and it comes on so sudden, but I can tell, like, when it's coming, because it's like, it builds up over like a couple minutes, and then it's like, oh my God, and then it just goes boom. So, when that happens, the only thing that gets me to where I don't feel like I just want to die is Xanax. It's the only thing that works on those kinds of things. Like, with my back thing yesterday, I was out of my Xanax, and I kind of, I didn't call it in on the day that it that the prescription was due, because I still had some. And then by the time the weekend was gone, I was out. And so, but I suspected that I might need it, because sometimes with these deep, sudden spasms, nothing else works. And I don't mix the two. And also, I'm only telling you about my experience. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I have no medical training. Please do not take anything that I'm saying as advice for you. You need to seek your own medical treatment and discuss things like this with your doctor, with your medical team. Only sharing my experience here. But for me, and I spent years trying to figure out, like, I have tried every muscle relaxer under the frickin' sun. Not one of them has helped me with my muscle spasms, except for Soma takes the edge off. Like, it doesn't release everything, but it does take the edge off. And then I've taken a bunch of others that don't do diddly squat. Diddly. Okay. Then, I tried baclofen, which actually works better than Soma, but the side effects were so weird. Like, my stomach would hurt, and then sometimes it felt like I had a urinary tract infection, which I already get that anyway. I get interstitial cystitis from the small fiber neuropathy, but I just noticed, like, those incidences were increasing when I started taking baclofen, and I didn't put the two together for a while until I noticed, like, a little bit after I took the baclofen, I started feeling like I had a bladder infection, and I was like, I think it's the baclofen. And then I looked at the side effects, and boom, there it is. So I was like, okay. So of course I had to get off of that. I have had 0 side effects with Soma. 0. 0 side effects with Tramadol. 0, which is my pain med. And I've never changed my pain med, mostly because there's nothing else that my doctor can prescribe me. And the only other pain meds that are, get into those receptors for pain are opioids. And like I said, my PA can't prescribe them, and I don't want them. So, anyway, my point was, what I was making the video about yesterday was, I'm just looking to see what time. Okay. I had to ask Kelly to go get my prescription. And I was making the video because I still struggle, even after it's been 6 years. And I still have trouble asking him, especially when he has to leave the house, right? Like, that just seems like it's in the heat, and it's hot, and it's like, and he was playing his video game. He gets up, I think, in the morning, and when he wakes up and does all of his job stuff or whatever. And I had to ask him to go get my Xanax, and he's always very sweet. He never is passive aggressive about it. Some people can be like, okay, all he said was like, now? And then of course I was like, I mean, just like before they close, or I turn into like this little kid, and I get very nervous, and I start wringing my hands, and I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't, I mean, like, I could take it now. Like, I would love, I could use it, like, physically, but, like, if you don't want to go right now, that's fine. And, I understand, but I've already taken some of my meds, and there's some meds that I take that I just won't drive on. And so, plus, I did not want to drive when I'm in that kind of level of pain and I'm that stiff, like, no. So, I don't think it's safe for anybody to drive like that. So anyway, he's always sweet about it. He's never given me any reason to make me feel that way. I just feel guilty every time. I feel guilty about almost everything in my life, even not to do with my illness. But definitely for that, having to ask for help, having to ask, especially like the more inconvenient it is, the more I hate to ask. It just really, really bothers me. It's even hard for me to talk about, as you can see by the way my demeanor has changed. Yeah, I don't understand why after all these years it's still so hard for me. You know what I mean? That's one of the things I wanted to go to therapy for, was to learn how to just be okay asking for it. You know what I mean? Sorry. Because guilt is definitely, I've always believed, is such a wasted emotion. I've wasted so much of my life and my time on feeling that guilt over stupid bullshit I shouldn't feel guilty about. Like, it's not my fault that I'm sick, and there's pharmacy delivery services, and I need to look into that. I do get worried, though, about medication being delivered, because I don't, your mail can get stolen, especially if people might be shaking it, if they hear pills. And I know that the laws are very strict. Like, if something happens to your medication, like if I were to, God forbid, all of my medication be stolen, I can't get it. I can't get a refill. That's just law. I can't get a refill. So it's like you have to suffer, to my knowledge. That is what I believe to be true. I've talked to pharmacists about that before, where I'm like, well, what if I lose, this or that, that's happened to me before, years and years ago, where I left some of my medication, like when we went camping, and the pharmacy was like, sorry, we can't do anything to help you. So we had to drive back and get it. It was an hour drive, but so, but I just wonder, like, do any of you still struggle with that? You know what I mean? Do you struggle with feeling guilt or asking for help? Because there's so many things I feel guilty about that are illness related. Having to ask for help. My illness has changed the lives of, it's definitely changed my husband's life. Not for the better, which of course makes me feel like complete shit, because, we had plans for when our kids grew up. And they certainly weren't to lay around in bed all day. But there is nowhere for me to go. I cannot walk that far. I'd have to get a scooter, and I don't have one. They're thousands of dollars. I don't know how I would get one. Yeah, so, you know, there's nowhere to go. He'd have to go without me. I'm sure he'd like to travel. In a car, that would be pretty much impossible. You know, someday he wants to see if we can get an RV. That would be more doable. Why? Okay. That would be more doable. Because there would be a bathroom, right? And I could lay down and all that good stuff. So, and then of course, you know, it changed Bailey's life. She's, for the last, you know, her dad, like I said, he had his issues with chronic illness, back in the early 2000s, like 2005 to 2010-ish. And then basically all through her, well, through like the last couple of years of high school for her, but she still has to take care of me, you know, when she's home, and she takes really good care of me. And I think that might be one of the reasons why she is leaving the state, wanting to travel, because I'm sure there's been times where she's felt like trapped, you know, like, I gotta be here to take care of my mom, which is never, I've always told her, like, it's not your job to take care of me. I've never wanted her to do that. Like, she's, you know, obviously when your parents are older and they're in their like 80s, right, and they physically need help and assistance, of course, but I don't think your younger children should be, for me, I don't think my younger children should be giving up their lives to take care of me, especially when I can 95% take care of myself. But there have been days where, for just a moment, I forgot that there's a thing called coronavirus, and I don't have a mask. Wonderful. And we have a mandate that says we have to have a mask. I do not have one. Okay then, that is fantastic. Please just bear with me. Sorry guys. Crap. I just saw somebody go in and they were adjusting their mask, and I was like, haha. Oh, look. Here we go. A whole box of masks. Lovely. Oh, and here's my, no, that's not it. No, that's definitely not it. God, when did I bought this mask years ago. I think it was when I had the flu or something. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, so do you guys struggle with guilt, and how do you overcome that? Have you overcome it? I would love it if you would leave a comment and let me know, because that's definitely the one of the things I struggle with the most, that isn't like, it is illness related, but it's not, you know what I mean? And I was supposed to color my hair today, but of course now that I'm doing this, I won't be coloring my hair because, you know, piling too many things on one day, especially right after a really bad pain day, is probably not a good idea. Because I have to sit up for a very long time, like, you know, like this, in my little chair thing in my bathroom, and color my hair, which I'll be using my hands and my arms a lot, like, you know. So, and then you have to shower and you have to rinse. Rinsing takes forever. So, but I have to color it before Monday, because Monday I have a video interview, which is terrifying. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'd love to hear from you guys. You know, just let me know what your experience is, how you handle it, all of that. Any advice would be much appreciated. But until I haven't even been able to see you guys this whole time, because I haven't had my glasses on. Oh, Lucinda came out. Hey girl. And we're gonna get you back in there. We don't want to scare the people at CVS. Anyway, I am gonna go get my chapstick and my prescription and my cough drops, and then I'm gonna go home. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a beautiful day.